I got him. Now, Tank, now.
Welcome to your doom. Sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit.
It making me uncomfortable. I'm like awkwardly looking up at the ceiling, like, oh yeah.
No, she's afflicted by poison oak, poison ivy, poison.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, I got it all down here.
That's
Stop, because I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I let you in this house, dude. I'm so susceptible to poison oak.
That's monkeypox.
It says it's not spreadable.
Bullshit, dude. I would get
This
like
is hilarious to me because I don't think I am.
No. I would get because I'd get it all the time in the Marines. Like I would get like the smallest little bit on my wrist, and then like before you knew it, because I would forget, I would scratch my balls. You know, like after itching it, and then like it's all over my dick, and it's like.
Mike,
Oh,
I'm sitting next to a leper
joking.
for you.
Yeah, I'm for real, dude. The fucking patient zero right now, dude.
This is
You've
funny
got
for me.
You-
Welcome to episode 91 of
Yeah.
Non-Essentials Podcast.
Okay.
My name is Jake, not
No,
susceptible
I don't.
at all to poison oak.
Oh my god.
Sitting next to Mrs. Wright, who is just riddled with monkeypox.
Yeah. Yeah, this is Harambe's
it's
ghost
so
getting
itchy.
you. Yeah. And then also you have monkeypox.
Yeah.
What brave were you at?
Yeah. What monostat number gets that?
Monostat.
Exactly.
Gets rid of that itch.
That itch you can't scratch.
Yeah. If the movie Finding Nemo was scientifically accurate, Nemo's father would have changed into a female and mated with Nemo.
That would have been a different Disney storyline.
Yeah, that's like a whole different Pornhub genre.
That turtle would have came to the rescue, I think.
I saw, yeah. Oh, hey, oh,
Whoa,
I see you're fucking your father. Oh,
Come back later.
that is gnarly.
Too bad you don't got another fin to get away.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. So I
Hit up the next anemone.
I saw this. Now I follow a thing on this might be a nice little
Clown and poundfish.
I like it. Welcome to Clown Town. No, yeah, that's how you get clown mouth. Yeah? You know what clown mouth is, Renee?
No.
You know when you're going down it? Yeah, you probably.
Renee, do you know when you're going down?
You know when
on
you
a-
are going down on a menstruating woman.
Yeah.
And you get clown mouth.
I guess I haven't done that.
It's like
Yeah, you
it's
don't
Happy Meal
remember.
mouth too, like
Yeah.
or
too much-
Red Wings
That's what-
affectionately,
Yeah. I like clown mouth better than Red Wings.
or Why So Serious?
Yeah. So you want to know how I got these scars? So anyway, I saw.
HPV.
Yeah. So I saw this pop up. I follow a page on Instagram. It's called Uber Facts, right?
Like
And so,
like Uber the ride.
Uber.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
yeah, super in German, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, but I was like, you know what? I gotta fucking look into this, right? So it turns out that like all clownfish are born males. Which I did not know.
Sure.
But then the clownfish is born with both testicular tissue and ovarian tissue. But the clownmouth, after a few months, can become a male. The male clownfish can become a female after a few months.
It's
I feel like that's not the only animal that
No,
can
there's a
do
bunch.
that.
I mean, that's like the
Okay.
whole thing with like
they just like
Jurassic. This is
balloon
Jurassic-
animal it.
This is Jurassic Park.
Yeah,
Like life
finds a way.
finds a way. So like you just flashed me just shirtless. But no.
So wait, you're saying the Pixar animation film was inaccurate?
It weirdly, right?
Yeah.
But the mom still had thick butts, so that's not too inaccurate. But no, it turns out that like it's based off of their natural surroundings, right? So their brains for a clownfish. Are you laughing at the butts?
I'm laughing at the idea of a clown fish with a thick butt.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like it's like tail. So,
Now that's a dorsal fin.
yeah,
Right.
haven't really having a finish. You know
Yeah.
what I'm talking about? So-
No. So anyway, so the brain interprets the social changes of their surroundings.
okay.
Right, and so like basically the female dominant fish, like she's always bigger. If she dies
Nice.
or yeah, she's thick with a couple C's.
Nice.
But if she disappears, like they did this in scientific settings, right, where
Sure.
they take the dominant female out, the male who was smaller the dominant male, he would then turn into the dominant female, and then that's where he would change sexes,
He just started eating.
pretty much,
He had-
right?
He had too much krill.
Then he was down to clown.
Well, no,
Yeah.
okay, and that's that's clown time. But no, and the fastest way to say it is that the hypothalamus communicates with the pituitary gland, which releases hormones into the blood. And if you know how to make a hormone, it's
Fuck it.
fuck her in the pussy, right? There you go.
It's weird. Feminists are fine with that word.
Yeah.
You know, just,
No, this is on. Okay, but I'm joking. But this is all very serious. I was like
Yeah.
fascinated by it. The fact that like literally the balls of
Yeah.
the fish
Fish
turns
don't
into
have balls.
develop into like lady balls, like
yeah.
ovaries, right?
Is jealous of my lady ball?
Yeah. Hello. So basically, you could tell that a clownfish is turned into a female if there's an overreaction, depending on the social and surroundings, right?
Everyone, go look in your aquariums right now.
Yeah, exactly. No, and like I feel like this is like one of those like flash to like Alex Jones moments. Like they're turning the clownfish gay.
yeah. They've been turning themselves. For a long time.
Yeah.
We could do it ourselves.
So
yeah.
anyway, there you go. Like if Finding Nemo, which should have been like, it should have actually been like Finding Nemo's father, the appropriate bathroom, right? but like if that was scientifically accurate, he would have turned into the mom and then fuck the son, which is like this horrific, like, what are you doing, fish? What are you doing with
I
that?
feel like you were the writer in the Pixar room that they didn't go with his idea.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, or we can make it cute.
Yeah.
Okay, give him a smaller fin. Not good enough.
Shorten his lady balls.
Yeah, there we go.
I will say, speaking of lady balls, did you see what happened to the WNBA player in Russia?
Oh,
That-
Carson, yeah,
yeah.
the fucking idiot. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but like, dude, like, what did you think that Russia was playful?
I know.
That's
I
Like,
know.
what part of
what
like?
did she get? It was just a pen, like a
was a
vape
vape
pen,
pen.
with weed in it, essentially.
Yeah.
It's one of those places where like you kind of know before you go there. It's like, hey, don't get fucking
There-
caught.
yeah.
There, Thailand, these other places
Oh,
where
I
it's
mean,
like,
well, no, like you say that, but like I
Yeah.
think it was in Singapore. They
Singapore.
will fucking kill
Cane
you.
you.
Yeah.
No, they will kill
okay,
you.
yeah, that's true.
yeah,
Like,
and they,
no,
and
if
they
you-
don't keep it a secret.
No,
Yeah.
no,
They
they'll be
let
like,
people know, hey,
It's
don't do
true.
this.
Yeah. So like this chick, like I'm sorry, but that's just irresponsible.
Yeah, you take steroids in Russia, not
Yeah,
weed.
yeah, exactly.
So, like-
you go out for the Olympics. But no, like for me, like I mean, I am a world traveler. I go to a lot of places, and do you know what I don't do? Break the fucking laws in those countries.
Yeah, get drugs
know?
while you're there.
Yeah,
What are you
exactly.
doing? Don't
For
bring 'em
real.
in.
Yeah. But no, it's like, dude, there are like I said, I mean, Singapore and stuff like that. Like, there are literally countries that will fucking kill you
Yeah.
if you have like
An ounce.
a great.
Yeah.
I didn't go to drug school. Sorry, but but like no.
A
but-
certain weight.
Yeah, there you go. Like I don't enjoy it, but I think it should be legal.
I also don't go to North Korea and try to take a poster
Well,
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
that's the thing.
because
is
they're
like,
fucking stupid there.
Yeah, and they.
I
will-
feel like that's why people hate Americans, because Americans take their American mentality to
Yeah,
all these other
exactly.
countries.
I don't think that's true. I think people just like to
No,
hate America.
no.
Like,
Well,
no,
that
she,
too,
no,
but-
Renee's right.
but-
And people like
yeah, but like people in Europe need to shut up a little bit. When they're giving us shit, they're like, "What the fuck?" Something happens in Florida, and they give Americans shit for it. Like, dude, I don't give people in France shit for what happens in Bosnia. Like that
Yeah.
place is so different. It's got different animals.
I get that, but I will say that like when I've traveled before, and I like to kind of try to like blend in or whatever. I don't like to stand out.
Hey, you don't wear an American shirt, American flag shirt.
No, not a whole lot. But anyway, I actually do what they call is flag jacking, and that's actually where I'm like, oh, I'm Canadian actually, you know.
Oh,
You're like,
but,
oh, okay, you can.
Yeah. Oh, but like, a boot, but like, no, they, but like, I love to play this, like, guess the American, because it's always like the bearded dude in flannel who's super loud.
That's
you know,
true.
like, and you could tell, like, I get why people,
Yeah.
like, other countries don't like Americans.
Can I take it back to the WNBA real
Yeah,
quick?
of course.
I
It should be there.
Like, I discovered something that honestly surprised me. Okay, so there's been a lot of jokes about how like the WNBA they can't dunk, stuff like that. Like it's a game of fundamentals. This was something I thought was surprising. Renee, what do you think the height is on the hoop of the WNBA?
I'd hate to be wrong because I'm gonna say shorter.
No, it's not. It's the exact same as the men's.
Oh,
which
it
is-
is.
And this is
Okay.
the thing I think is dumb
Inappropriate.
because it's like
I don't
like
want to.
No,
I
and
don't
I don't.
wanna say
I don't
it.
mean. And this is the thing is like I'm not being negative, but like if you, I looked
The
up.
ball is smaller though.
I looked. It doesn't matter.
Shush! They have lady balls.
I was in the pool!
That's why I said lady ball. But like, so I looked up. I was curious. I was like, what's the highest Olympic high jump for a woman? It's like 6'1". I'm like, that's fucking crazy. That's an amazing accomplishment. The highest high jump for men, it's like 7.5 feet. You know, it's a difference of like a foot and a half.
Yeah.
You know,
they should handicap it.
This is the thing. It's like
8.5 feet.
That's the thing. Is like I don't think it's fair to give the WNBA shit because that'd be like giving lady golfers shit for teeing off on the men's tee.
Yeah.
You know, and not getting
but
the
also
same scores.
Tell that to Muggsy Bogues.
No, that's true. That's a good point.
That dude is like 3'8".
But I'm just saying, it's like I was surprised by that because honestly, I assumed it like in every other sport they kind of account for the difference, and I don't think it's fair to like say that like I think there was a stat like more people have been on the moon than women have dunked in the NBA.
Well, let me ask you.
And I don't mean to be negative about that,
but I mean it always comes down to logistics. Okay, I'm not sure how much it costs to lower it. But I'm sure it's got to be way more expensive than putting some trampolines right by.
That's true.
That's true. You know, which would be fun, but also kind of like going back to like the man show, like ladies on trampolines.
No, that's a real sport. Like you've seen them on YouTube, like they jump on a trampoline.
Some jiggly tits.
I don't know. This is one of those things. Like I think, like for example, they're always trying to make sports better, and like I think I can make the NFL better.
Yeah.
This would be the one rule change. And Renee, I know you're an NFL fan. And your husband's a huge NFL fan.
Yeah.
This is what I would do. I'm so sick of the quarterback being so protected. Here's my new rule. Only offensive linemen are women. Because here's the thing. They'll get paid. They'll get paid exactly the same as the men. Because I look at it like Precious would be the new Blindside. I think this would be fun.
Okay, I have to interrupt you here. Like, I did see actually a caveat to everything you're saying. It was a video of a guy proposing an idea about weight limits for football teams.
What? Oh, like collectively?
Yeah. Like he was proposing
like the
an
whole
idea.
team was going to stand on this.
No, it's one of those things where it's like I would equate it to the same concept as like, would you rather fight a horse-sized chicken? Or one horse-sized chicken, or 100 chicken-sized horses.
100 chicken-sized horses
right?
in a heartbeat.
Well, no. Well, what he's saying though,
without a doubt, that's a would you rather, right?
Yeah.
But no, but what? Well, I mean, I threw that spin on it, but like that was the way I was thinking in my brain because he goes, every like football team has a weight limit. Now you could have like 20 100-pound girls. Like as your offensive line,
They're the horses,
horses. Or you could have like whatever, like 300-pound men, like that. However, that would equate to like rushing the line. It's like I would watch that.
Yeah,
like,
I would definitely.
I'm not a sports guy, but I would definitely.
Female offensive lines, I would watch every game.
Yeah,
every week.
But you already do watch every game, don't you?
I don't.
I honestly just want to see implants ruptured.
Yeah.
Boom.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. I want to see lady balls kicked.
But here's the thing: they would be millionaires.
Oh,
and they would finally be getting paid. That's the whole argument.
So guys would try to be putting holes in our birth control pills.
Yeah, we would.
Yeah,
they're harder to get because you can only make one.
Right. No, I'd like to honestly a whole like Alabama, the whole Roll Tide would look a lot different.
It'd be the Roll Red Tide.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crimson Tide.
Yeah.
That's a
That's
period
better.
joke, guys. All right. So,
I know, but Crimson Tide is.
I get it.
Dude, I think it'd be great to be like, you got to play him, but it's a full moon.
I mean, because they're all synced up on their.
Yeah, any given Sunday,
Is that Al Pacino joke, right?
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, thank you. All right. You said you had something for us?
Well, I was.
Besides Al Pacino going hooah to some lady
Okay, so I was
armpits?
going to ask you guys a random question that I saw on the internet. But you guys would probably already know about
we
it.
do this every week. What are you talking
yeah,
about?
I'm like, all right.
What's this like?
Okay, I remember. No. If you had to go into Walmart and buy 3 things to make the cashier uncomfortable, what would you buy?
Definitely something with lube, a camera, and then phallic.
Like a banana or something.
Probably
a cucumber, and then say I was going to pickle it.
If it's a Walmart cashier, I'd buy like soap, water, and some fruit. They'd be like, "What are these?" Be like, "Where do we have these?" Be like, what do you do? You put them all in or on your body.
Yeah.
No, like the real answer, I don't know. Like
I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna go with Polaroid camera because you can't get this shit developed. What I'm about to talk about.
Yeah.
2, I'm gonna go with a cucumber.
Okay.
Okay. And then 3, I'm either gonna go Vaseline because I'm being nice, or I'm gonna go hot sauce because I'm not.
Right. Right.
It depends on the lady or fella or me, my mood.
I don't know. I guess I don't know what I would buy.
I was thinking you could literally buy any three things because, like, all the Walmart cashiers are like robots.
That's true. Yeah, you can just self-checkout.
Yeah.
So I guess bomb stuff. You know, like just whatever. You know,
I will take this.
I'd have a list that says bomb stuff.
Yeah,
I would like drop it on the counter and be like, "Did I get
you're like,
everything?"
You're like 100 pounds of nails, fertilizer,
Yeah.
And what's
a
that?
lighter?
Yeah. Some PVC.
Yeah.
That's what I would get.
Yeah, pressure cooker maybe.
I was thinking
A
like,
ticket to the Boston Marathon.
okay, I know my answer would be like a baseball bat, rope,
Lube.
trash cans
Hot
or
sauce.
something. Yeah.
Like, got work to do.
Hold
Actually,
on. I'm kind of curious, Renee. Hold on.
Oh, great.
Jake, you can play as well. And actually, audience, you guys can play too. If you know the answer, don't say anything.
Uranus.
It-
Very nice callback.
Uncles in your pants.
Yeah. Okay, what Renee is
Okay.
saying is, what's worse than ants in your pants?
Uncles in your pants.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so, or Jake,
No pants on your ants?
thank you.
Yeah.
So anyway, how many seconds are in a year?
125,000 minutes. I'm
Are
sorry.
you looking
Say,
for, are you
how
looking
many
for the,
seconds are in a year?
Is this a joke? Or are you looking
I
for
feel
the-
like he's done this before.
Fast. How many seconds are in a year?
1 million.
12 billion.
It's like 535,600. Oh no, that's
Sorry,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
sorry, Rain Man, you're
You
wrong.
said seconds?
So there are
Take
two.
that times 60. Quick.
There are two. There are two acceptable answers. The one I'm looking for is 12.
Okay.
There's January 2nd, February 2nd,
Oh,
March
fuck's
2nd.
sake. I got it right.
No, you could be wrong because you forgot about the 22nd.
Whatever, nerd.
No, hold
So
on.
anyway,
hold on. We
so-
got no. Fuck
Okay.
you. We got to check. How many seconds are in a real year? Now we need to know. Do
Okay,
you have the
but
real answer?
I do have the real answer.
Okay.
It's actually 31,536,000.
In a year?
Yeah, so basically 31.5 million seconds in a year.
Okay, I was.
Yeah,
Way
I knew you were
off.
gonna ask. So
Me too. I was
Yeah.
I was like 30 million off.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're way off.
But I was closer. He said
John-
a billion. He said
John
a billion, so I was
Denver.
closer.
Okay. Let's
That
talk-
John Denver's
It's
full
like
of
the
shit.
price is right.
Actually, this is. I mean, it's not completely related to this, but did you see recently Earth had its shortest day ever?
No.
Okay, so this actually
It was when I was having fun.
It's not a joke, right? So Earth on July 29th marked the shortest day ever recorded. While generally our planet takes a full 24-hour period to complete one rotation, which is the basis of the concept of day and night, but on that day the Earth completed a rotation 1.59 milliseconds before the standard 24-hour period.
Huh.
So is that going to throw us out of whack in the future?
So what they think they attribute this to is because you've heard like the poles are essentially shifting.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
gonna say because China built that
I thought
man-made
that
lake.
too. Well, I was thinking that, but also
Wait,
like
hold on, listeners, if you don't remember, like China built this giant fucking like reservoir, and it was so enormous that it actually like think of a spinning ball, right? And if you were to just slightly increase the weight on just one portion of that spinning sphere or ball, it would throw off the rotation of that ball. And so because China built this giant water reservoir, it threw off the rotation of the Earth.
because they like trap water higher,
Thanks,
which
China.
which is a lot like a ballerina
China.
dancer that sticks her arms out far. It slows her down when she pulls them in tight. They go faster. So I actually was thinking like maybe it was like the Lake Mead being so low, like
Oh,
drought thing.
yes.
But they actually
Lake
think it's
Mead.
yeah. They
I've been
think
seeing
it's
those
the
pictures. That's
what do you
pretty
call it? The polar polar caps shifting magnetically.
I
That's
can
what
see that.
that's what they're attributing this to. But they're actually talking about they might have to incorporate something called a negative leap second if this is a normal thing, which could
To
cause a
kind
lot
of
of
like bring us back on
yeah,
time.
which could cause a lot of problems and actually throw us back to you remember
Yeah.
the whole Y2K bug?
Yeah.
This is just big calendar trying to keep us
Yeah.
on track.
Just trying to keep us honest. Yeah.
But how can the poles shift if the Earth is flat?
That's what she
Ah.
said. That's what
Okay, so Lake Mead.
I have actually been in Lake Mead, so it's like
You have?
Yeah,
Oh,
me
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So it's like
No, I haven't. That was Powell. Sorry.
But so
Big lake.
The Lake Mead, just real quick, that's what feeds Hoover. Hoover Dam created Lake Mead,
Yes.
correct? right? And it's like at the
They
all-time
dammed
low.
up the
That's
Colorado
where
River.
Megatron is. in
Yes,
Astoria.
exactly.
And actually, the lake is so low that it's lower. Is like when they were filling it up.
Yeah.
And so they actually, like in 2019, they put a lower valve in, which is good because the top valve, there's only 3 now.
Mm-hmm.
The top valve is completely out of the water.
Okay.
And then the second valve is close to being above water. So that under one that they just built would be the only intake valve left.
Okay. I was gonna say I did see. Did you talk about the bodies that they
Yeah,
found?
There's like
They
at least 2, right?
3.
Yeah.
They just had a third one.
A third?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was a torso and it was really gross.
Oh, I'm sorry. Versus the other
No.
ones that were impeccable.
Actually,
Yeah,
there,
the other ones were in a
Fucking-
barrel.
there was
they
one.
were so fuckable, but that third one is just
No, they did.
Ugh.
They did find
talk
one.
about a body of water. Am I right?
They did find one in a barrel, and it was
Yeah.
so well preserved you could read the labels on the clothes.
Yeah.
But and the thing is, there was actually a
You're like,
But-
Stussy.
but the
This
thing
guy
is-
definitely died in 1997.
That's what I mean. But there was a gunshot wound, and they actually think he was killed in the mid 70s to early 80s.
Yeah.
But the thing was like, why would you say that? This would be my news report. Due to Lake Mead's recession and waterline, police expect certain bodies, if preserved in barrels, to be now revealed. And then you just fucking wait for the old man in the Cadillac to show up.
Yeah.
You know, because
That was me.
yeah. But that's the thing is like I'm sure there's some nervous people that are like,
Took my
fuck.
reefer.
Yeah.
Well, I guess, okay, here's the thing with the third one, is it was on a popular swimming beach, and I just can't imagine, like, having fun swimming and then, like, a big old torso ran into me.
What are you talking about?
You
Actually, I have
Mexicans.
it was my mom's aunt found a body in Lions Beach.
Oh,
Her
no.
feet got tangled in the hair.
Okay,
no,
stop,
jarred
Jake,
it. No,
stop.
this is a real story. Because in Lions Beach in Janesville, you're not supposed to go swimming because it used to be like a landfill, and kids jumped in from the other side and they got tangled. Girl drowned. They didn't know where she went, but basically, feet got tangled, kicked
This
the
is
body
real.
loose.
You know who it
body
was?
came up.
You know who it was?
Who?
No, I'm asking. Like, this is a real story.
No, that happened to her. She's been in therapy like forever. It was like a horrible event that happened to her. So it's like it does happen.
It does.
Yeah.
I will say, like, I was actually scuba diving in right next to, like, Janesville listeners. You know, like,
Yeah.
there's a couple spots in Janesville that that he's talking
Lions
about.
Beach.
Yeah,
So-
but next to that is Atlas Pit, and I remember I was sitting there scuba diving with my buddy, and off the pier.
By the way, for listeners, Adam is a certified scuba diver.
Yeah. What if I was uncertified? Like, oh, just fucking go rogue, you know? But, but like,
That'd be cool.
fucking
That'd be
care.
cooler
So
somehow.
but so anyway, but no, I was sitting there, and off the pier was this 55-gallon drum. And
Don't open it.
thank you. And like I swim over and I see it, and I'm like, I go to my buddy Jamie, you know, listener Jay, and I go, hey, surface. So we go up, and he's a firefighter. He was like firefighter of the year like last year, if you remember.
Yeah, it's pretty
And,
cool.
like, yeah, he's a great dude. But like I go, hey man, I said I found a drum down there, and I've seen enough scary movies. Like
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
like want us to both be prepared about what we're about to find. He's like, yeah, no problem. And the reason why I bring up his profession is because like he's seen more dead bodies than I am, you know. So we're like, okay, so we go back down, and it's so silty down there, you know. They're like, we're just like kicking up, but where you can't see your hand in front of your face. So I'm like kind of sticking my gloved hand, thank God, into this thing. I'm like waiting to feel like a cheekbone.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, it's empty. It's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, it's empty. You know, I'm like, thank God. You know, so like, I guess it's somewhat tangible.
Yeah.
Well, I think the thing too is like I guess in Lake Mead, because like they used to use like cement filled barrels to like hold like temporary docks or whatever, so they're finding tons
sure.
of them. It just is weird that this one
So there's
had,
a lot of guys like they were just docking out there. You're saying?
Yeah.
I guess. But what if like they think one is some mobster from Chicago that was like killed in Las Vegas?
I've seen Casino.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But I'm like, what if it's Hoffa is in there? We're gonna get him finally. Wouldn't that be cool?
Oh, Jimmy Hoffa? Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying?
No, the other Hoffa that's missing. That's
Actually, his son is actually Jimmy Hoffa as well.
yeah, Gertrude Hoffa. That's who we're looking for.
So it's good news the water's going out.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like,
Okay, so I want to at least bring this up because he's actually an audience right now. But listener T, he sent me a picture earlier. He's like my Frenchies ate my money recently. Like he sent me like a picture of this like definitely a corner of like at least $100 bill that was
Sure.
chewed up, right?
Okay.
And so I, was sitting there
I
thinking,
love
like,
this.
First of all, I would have like a hard time not like cutting that thing open like a tauntaun. You know? like this might smell bad, kid, but it'll keep you fucking keep your money warm, right?
That's an expensive vet bill.
Yeah, exactly. So, but he sent me the picture of these chewed up remnants of these bills, and it reminded me of the story that I at least want to throw this out to listeners. Okay. Now, I actually told Tony already about it, but he's like, actually, you already knew this, but I don't know if you guys know this or if listeners know this. But, again, this isn't a catfish. I definitely is absolutely verified. But I remember hearing this story about how there's a farmer who like lost his wallet in a field, and this cow ate the money.
Okay.
Right? And he had like hundreds of dollars, and this is decades and decades ago, to where like I think it was like $600. You know,
Farmer had hundreds of dollars.
Yeah,
I don't think so. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Bump it up, bump.
Maybe it
So
was
anyway-
like the cow ate the government grant.
Yeah. So anyway, so he literally shipped the content, this cow's stomach, to
Which one?
yeah, fair enough. Yeah, the cud one. But no, he shipped it to U.S. Treasury, right? With
Okay.
all the contents of the shredded, chewed up money, right? That was like being digested. And the U.S. Treasury has it's actually called the U.S. Treasury Mutilated Currency Division, right?
I did
Oh,
know
I've
this.
heard of that.
You've
Yeah.
heard of this,
Yeah.
okay? So they literally every single year they issue about $30 million to owners of damaged bills.
Oh, is this where you can send it in and get money back?
Yes.
Okay.
So like let's say there was a house fire or a car fire and your wallet was in there or whatever, and then like you have like just tons of like cash that was in your wallet and it got burnt up. You send this to this division of the US Treasury, and they'll be like, okay, well this makes up about this many whole dollars, you know,
Sure.
or whole bills, and then they will reimburse you. They'll send you a check for that amount of money.
But see, I've had damaged money, and then I just brought it to the bank, and they just gave me the new money and took the damaged money.
Yeah, but
How
this
is this
wasn't
different than me
hold on.
buying Catgirl tokens?
Yeah.
You know, like
Hold
last year during the cryptocurrency boom.
this,
Can I send in my stupid?
Yeah, but did you bring in like dripping with French bulldog shit? Like,
Might as well have been.
like
Well, I
shred-
think that my kids had done something to it.
Did you bring this in with drenched with child shit?
It didn't have cow stomach contents with it, but I guess if it was, I just put it in a baggie and bring
Right
it.
there you go. I'd like the cash. You just like jamming up the coin deposit with like
Yeah.
soggy
Yeah.
shredded bills.
This is that different slot in Coinstar. This is
Yeah.
what this is for.
Exactly. So anyway, I thought that was at least worth mentioning because you know, like this happens.
Yeah,
you know?
it
Sure.
And
does.
the
Yeah.
fact that like literally every single year it said on average over $30 million
This sounds like a scammable thing. We should look into this.
for real. But like
Yeah.
I said, like I think that they piece that shit together like the Penguin in the Batman movies. You know, remember? Like,
I don't think they did. They're like, let's take their word for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, no, it's $20 million in this cow stomach. Be like, fucking cut him a check.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
doing this.
yeah.
It's Tuesday. I drank
Yeah.
on Monday.
That's the insurance
you know
company. Like,
what?
so what valuables did you have in your house? Well, there's the Picasso,
The Hope
Rembrandt.
Diamond.
Yeah, unfortunately, we only
Lady
cover
Di's
actual,
butt plug.
Yeah, exactly. That's gigantic.
They found
Did
it on a tunnel freeway.
Did you know that? Hold on. Did you know that? Speaking of Princess Diana, did you know that she was on the radio the night she died?
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, and if you say that to me one more time. Okay, so I do have a funny.
And the windshield and the dashboard.
I have a funny currency story. So
Okay.
there's a person that cuts like a quarter, and apparently, like in the 60s,
Was it
you
with
had
a Ginsu knife?
no, there was like a tool that
This
you
is
have.
foreshadowing for next episode, by the way. Episode 91A. So
Catherine Knight. So you have this like thing that you slap and it opens the quarter.
hell yeah.
But so he spent $30 to get the tool and the quarter, and then he put a USB card in it and closed it. Then, as typical son behavior, he goes, "I think I spent it," and it's real U.S. currency.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Wait.
Okay, so he bought a spy coin where they cut an
Oh,
actual.
I missed the spy coin.
Okay.
part.
Yeah, they cut an actual 25-cent quarter
Okay.
and sliced it in half, but you cannot tell.
Yeah.
That, you know. So anyways, it was like it's before 1965 because before 1965 the quarters were silver. Yeah. So it didn't have like that coppery ridge that they have now. But so he goes, I think I spent it. And I said, you spent a $30 quarter for 25 cents, and now you don't have the USB card.
Oh, I get it. So basically, her son's quarter that he spent all this money on the spy coin
That has the
like-
USB card.
Like, it just got thrown. It's like from No Country for Old Men. Don't put it in your pocket.
Yeah.
It's not the new. Don't put it in your pocket.
The good news is,
Like, right? Is that what you're saying?
wait, we used the thing.
He got it mixed up.
Yeah, he got
Yeah.
it mixed up.
Again, that's a pretty good Anton Chigurh. Right?
We found it like 2 months later. He actually hadn't spent it.
Oh, okay.
But if someone would have got a quarter, would have had tons of mountain bike videos.
Well, I'm just
inside
thinking,
the
like, what if they
USB
find it?
card.
They're like, and just all naked cats. You're like, this is kiddie porn.
Well, it says that you can only
having a good
open it
time
with
here,
the
guys.
tool, so
Making
I don't
jokes. Yeah.
I want to skew us a little bit into something different here.
Okay.
Did you see Dane Cook's getting married?
Oh,
Yeah.
to his longtime love?
Yeah. So
know. Who's only 23?
well, that's the thing. Yeah. For listeners who don't know, there's a meme flying around, and it's
It's
just
not even a meme. It's a real fucking
yeah.
photo.
It says Dane Cook,
50 something. Yeah.
engaged to longtime love Kelsey Taylor, 23. And I'm
not
just
a
like,
mathematician, but at what
Yeah.
point does less than 5 years or
Yeah.
more than 5 years, less than or greater than,
So that's the-
become long time?
so I went to Google. I'm like, when did they start dating?
I mean,
And
it's like
they
a
made
long
it,
time in like dog years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. That's
And
an-
she's a bitch. So yeah.
that dog's middle aged. But it said they started dating. Apparently, they made it
She's a
official. They
great
made it
name.
official, which is a very Steven Tyler way of saying
She's going to get half of his shit.
saying May 7th, 2017. That's when they started dating. So I'm like,
Did she, what,
yeah,
May 16th was her 18th?
Yeah, was that her
yeah.
birthday?
So and I was just like, all right. So like, let
no,
me
I
look up her
almost
birth
pressed-
date. Her birth date is 1998, October 26th, and I'm just like, all right. Let's see what Dane Cook's career. That was right when he got his big break on Comedy Central on Premium Blend.
No.
Yeah.
He's like, that's when
Yeah.
I first poured the first bottle of water.
Yeah,
on my
and he
head
was on-
screamed. I hated that guy.
Yeah.
I never thought he was funny.
He was on an episode of Suddenly Susan in that year. Right then, his love was being born.
Yeah. Suddenly, her.
Yeah. No, but actually, like the one thing I will say about Dane Cook that is interesting is if you haven't heard the story about how his brother ripped him
Oh,
off.
yeah, he stole all this
His-
money from him.
Dane
For
Cook put his
real?
brother in jail.
Yeah, dude.
The story was like during, Dane Cook with late 90s, early 2000s, just crushing it. 2006, he did the Vicious Circle tour.
Yeah, all the people that like wore like
Yeah.
Cookie Monster PJs to Walmart, they loved Dane
That's
Cook.
it's like Dane Cook never totally like my favorite comic, but you got to give credit where it's due. Like that was the first guy to sell out arenas.
Sure.
And so he made millions. But here's the thing: he had his brother, I think it's his half brother, in charge of his money. And basically, he was like, okay, I'm gonna move my brother out here at some point in like the 2010s or something, and put another guy in charge of the money. And basically, his brother was like, it's gone. Like it's all fucking. He's like wrote him a letter or something. It's interesting. If you were to like
he
hit,
wrote
no, he
him a
did.
letter.
Like if you would hit YouTube, you can find Dane Cook telling the story, and it's worth listening to. This has nothing to do with him fucking a kid, basically. But I will say that is interesting to listen to, and I think that's kind of the
Him
result
fucking a kid?
of why he isn't in movies lately. Like because the bottom fell out of his career. But this is one of those gross things
Yeah,
going
but
forward.
Nicolas Cage is still getting jobs, even though he's broke
Yeah,
as
but,
shit.
but that dude
Like,
knows how to hit bottom and bounce.
Yeah, he
Like,
does.
He's like, fuck it, dude. Like, Nicolas Cage, how many movies has he been? I don't know this, but I bet it's over 80
I don't
to
know.
90.
What?
But
That would be a guess. I don't know that for sure, but
I-
like he's
this-
in everything.
This might be
Okay,
a good stop at
Listener
Google.
T's looking it up.
Yeah,
He-
this might be a
like-
good. Yeah, here's our fact check.
Like, I love how Aaron Rodgers came out with a wife beater. Everybody's like, he looks like Nicolas Cage in Con Air.
I will say this: is
I
that
kind of burped in my mouth when I saw that.
That's because Aaron Rodgers is gay. I'll make it official on this podcast. He's been wearing Olivia Munn beards for years. We all know it. It's gonna
I
be
mean, who
sad when
wouldn't
he
wear-
retires and he's
I
like,
would-
I'm gay. Like,
I would wear Olivia Munn as my beard as well.
no, I would too. But the thing is, it's like his parents are super religious and they don't go to his games. Like that's the biggest tell. And that whole like he's got a chip on his shoulder. Is like I know what chips that is.
Yeah.
Like he's got a monkey pox on his shoulder. So
Hold on,
anyway, we're
here we
getting
go.
corrected here. Nicolas Cage is an actor in over 108 movies,
Whoa.
or
that's pretty
at
close.
least. You know what? That's a lot.
Yeah, he's in a lot of movies.
But I will say, and then that's
how
the thing.
many Ghost Riders though that we just didn't hear about?
How many are there? Two.
Two?
Too many.
Yeah, too many for sure.
So that's I don't know the whole thing.
Was it Deadfall? That's like one of the worst ones.
But
Remember Deadfall?
But let's bring it back to Dane Cook, and yeah, that's gross.
Dude, I zoomed in on that. Here's a nice stop of Google for listeners. Like Google like Dane Cook with his now wife. Like I zoomed in that picture.
Dude, I
was
can't
like,
wait to see her shit in his bed. It's gonna be great.
Oh man,
It's gonna be awesome. We're like 4 years out.
I hope her last name like rhymes with some sort of fecal term.
Yeah, it's
like,
Taylor, right? But no, it's Kelsey. Yeah, Taylor. So she's gonna knit him a.
Okay, take two. So, anyways, I zoomed in on Dane Cook's face, and I zoomed in on hers, and I was like, wow, she's pretty. And I zoomed in on him, I was like, looks like a grandma.
I know. I haven't seen him in a while. When I saw that picture, I was like, ooh.
I don't know if she knows that his
Yucky.
brother took all his money.
Well, no.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
All I could think of is like,
She was too young to
I just
see
pictured,
that. Right.
like, as much as I could zoom in on that photo, I'm picturing her even zoomed even more in HD, her sweating, him sweating on her face as he's like piling away.
Yeah, dude, that's an LLC. That's not a relationship.
Yeah.
I will say, like, listen.
It's like the fact that you went into that deep a thought.
If you want to
Oh my
see
God, that's
Dane,
all I think about. If
Dane-
I see any gross couple anywhere in Publix, any place, I just imagine I'm fucking him.
yeah, dude,
I can't.
Wait, so
like
you
I'm like,
only imagine the gross people fucking,
exactly, yeah.
not the attractive people?
No.
that's weird.
Why?
Yeah,
I don't know.
like
I don't
if I
imagine
see like
anyone. So
if
I
I
don't know.
see if I see like a weird like a weird couple,
Yeah.
I'm like, ugh. Like how does he find it?
Yeah,
You know,
or
like one of those kind of
Like
moments.
a disproportionately sized. You're like,
Yeah,
the mind wanders.
yeah.
I will say, if you do want to
always
see
in the same
Dane
spot,
Cook's
though.
Dane Cook's best movie, my opinion, it's gonna be Mr. Brooks.
Oh yeah.
And if I don't want to ruin it, if you haven't seen Mr. Brooks, watch
Yeah,
Mr.
you know
Brooks
what? I'll
because
tell you, we'll spoil it next episode. Actually, after the historical one. But
Yeah.
the best part about Mr. Brooks is with Dane in it. So there you go, because it's what we all want.
yeah, I think they asked themselves, what do we all want for
The
Dane
writers.
Cook, and they put it in that movie.
Yeah, there we go.
So
Same thing with I remember Paris Hilton was in a scary movie.
yeah, she got like piked on something.
Yeah,
Oh
she-
yeah.
It was a House of Wax.
House of Wax.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we're all just like, yeah,
rat faced bitch.
fucking. Let's give the audience what they want.
You know what else is great to give the audience what they want? And this is I'm going to tee Mrs. Right up here. Do you remember episode 29A? It was a super spooky episode, super spooky special.
Yeah, it was either the Axeman or
Also, Louisiana X-Men
Yeah,
murders
yeah.
or the Salem witch trial.
Salem Witch
So
Trial.
this is interesting here. So Elizabeth Johnson Jr. She's one of the witches that were accused and executed, right? That was 329 years ago. She has been officially exonerated by the state of Massachusetts.
Oh,
for-
when
for
did she
not
get
being-
out?
Yeah.
We
No.
welcome her.
No, seriously. So it says Elizabeth Johnson Jr. Is important to say. She's a 22-year-old who is an accused witch with no wife and no kids, never married, anything like that, right?
She had
which-
no wife or kids.
Right, exactly. It sounds like a great Tinder profile.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
But she also
Fresh.
she also had a mental disability. So yeah, like a Tinder profile. But but she had no known descendants, right? There was no one there to fight to clear her name. And this might have been like an administrative error because I'm like, how the fuck have all these other ladies had their names cleared, but she
Plus one
hasn't?
dude. Yeah.
Right? Exactly. The Crushed Rocks guy.
Yeah.
Remember him?
Oh wait,
He was
two
like,
dude. Yeah.
well, there's the father who's like, they kept putting. He's like,
Giles
more
Corey.
weight.
Giles Corey.
Yeah, more weight.
Wait.
So listeners, listen to 29A if you want to get more of these
I have
jokes.
questions.
Sure.
Keep going.
Okay, so anyway, like all these other witches, quote unquote, have gotten their names cleared, but Elizabeth Johnson Jr. hasn't. And it turns out they believe it might have been an administrative error because her mother, who is obviously Elizabeth Johnson Sr., because, that's what they did
Yeah.
then, she was also an accused, executed, and exonerated witch, right? And so...
When you say exonerated, she was
posthumously.
so she was killed.
Posthumously.
But
Yeah,
then they're
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
She's a-
it
she's-
turns out...
yeah, she
you know,
died, so she's not a witch.
Yeah, yeah.
She
it
didn't
turns
like
out
jump on her broom
She
and
just liked to fart sometimes.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
So anyway, but like they, but because of the same name thing, they think it might have been an administrative error.
Can I ask a question here?
Sure.
So you said she had a mental disability.
Yeah, that's.
Pause.
I mean, yeah.
This sounds like this husband was resetting.
There's no husband.
Yeah, there is no husband.
Never married.
So who accused her of being a witch?
Those bitches.
Other chicks, those little
fucking
those-
little girls.
Yeah. The Paris daughters and
Okay.
Tituba.
Yeah, Tituba.
Okay.
Remember the Trinidad? Cheese and rice.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Sure.
So anyway, no, Tituba.
He does it so good.
So
I
so-
swear he was reincarnated.
Yeah, I'm a witch. I'm a warlock, actually.
And this is what you're doing with it?
Yeah. I'm podcasting for free. So anyway, so no, this is episode 29A, listeners. If you want to listen to the super spooky special, but the reason why she was exonerated is because there was an 8th grade civics class, and I think this is super fucking cool. Like, what a motivating way to like get like students involved in something.
Yeah.
But this teacher, she had her civics class, and keep in mind, 8th graders. This wasn't Harvard or something like
Sure.
that. There was 8th grade kids, and they were like, they started studying the laws, and they started studying exactly what they had to do, and they petitioned to have Elizabeth Johnson Jr. exonerated and her name cleared.
That is really cool.
I think it's.
Can
I
you
think it's
imagine
really
that
neat.
scene in hell? You know what I mean? Where just like
She just
she
does
starts
it.
glowing. Like
She's like,
what's going
Seacrest
on?
out.
Yeah,
No.
she's working her like 8th shift in a row at like Subway or something like down there, and she's like, "What's going on?" And they're like, "Oh, you know," like the news headline comes down like, "You've been exonerated by an 8th grade civic."
She's like,
well, it's
also,
about
what's
goddamn
Sub-
time.
What's Subway?
Yeah, and she just
Oh,
rises up.
Jared's here.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
rises up to heaven. Like, here's all I'm saying.
Fucking again.
Maybe our judicial system is a bit sluggish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, outsource
yeah.
it to 8th grade class. Like, here's the thing. Can we start employing these 8th grade classes to take some of these cases?
Yeah, that's what people wonder. Like, yeah,
I
put
just
some eighth grade-
imagine the judge be like, "Oh, they put a lot of effort
Oh,
into it.
it's
Nah,
like-
A for exonerated." That
Okay.
doesn't make sense.
A
right.
for exonerated.
If you could please hand me the note. Okay, from the jurors, it said poo poo pee pee.
Yeah.
Turn to page 86, and there's a dick drawn on the face. Cool. All right.
Yeah,
They drop peepees and wheelies.
yeah. Imagine being represented by an 8th grade civics.
Yeah. In his dad's suit. Oh no.
Well, that's good. That's good that it
Yeah.
finally.
But it is interesting.
Yeah.
It
And, there-
is.
and that's a nice callback. So here we are, episode 91. So listeners, listen to 29A. So if you want to
Yeah.
get a lot of these Tituba jokes.
I do want to ask. Did you guys hear about that weird plane incident
Yeah, the pilot jumped out.
in?
How many
Fucking-
weird plane incidents have there been, though?
I think this one was in Virginia.
Yeah,
and
you did the Seacrest out on that one
I
too.
am like I was trying to find what happened here because basically it sounded like basically they had a landing gear malfunction.
Yeah, they haven't released a black box yet that I looked
Right,
at.
but they released a call and basically the guy so basically what happened was the plane's landing gear was damaged somehow, and then the plane landed on its belly, and the pilot that landed the plane lived.
Yeah.
But somewhere before that, the co-pilot apparently jumped out.
Yeah.
What?
I'm just thinking
This-
of like from Amelia Earhart.
Yeah.
They're just
Yeah.
losing weight.
It
Yeah.
just
to make sure,
it does
make
kind
sure
of
they landed in
guess I was-
Ireland
I was
instead of
thinking-
England. Remember?
I was thinking like a DB Cooper type thing.
Oh, dude, DB Cooper. I feel like there's that movie coming out or something like that, right?
There's a Netflix thing that.
Okay,
just came
have you
out.
seen it?
Uh,
So, listeners, if you don't know who DB Cooper is, he is actually this like, and I haven't seen the Netflix thing yet, but it's like super interesting case. And I think it was in the 60s or 70s.
70s,
Okay,
71.
but this guy got onto a plane and like robbed it and basically parachuted out.
Well, he didn't rob it. He was like
Or-
a terrorist, or not. What do you call it? Hijacker.
Yeah.
And he landed, got the money, asked for shoots because what if they, put a dummy parachute? So he's
For
like
sure.
acting like
The
they're
hostages.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
hostages parachuting, and then parachuted out, and he's never been caught, or she.
So this guy died.
Well, no, that's
Like,
that's
Oh
actually.
no, they never found the body though.
They never
saying
found
that-
anything. They didn't find a dollar.
No,
or
this
anything.
co-pilot.
Well, they
They
found
did
money.
find the
Oh,
body.
oh, we're going back to.
Yeah, it's
we're
like
going back to
they
the real
found
story. Okay.
basically what happened was it sounded like the pilot didn't know what happened, which it's weird to think, but it's a 2-engine plane. So
Yeah, this wasn't a big.
Maybe the
plane.
pilot farted and it was like
Well-
so bad. The guy's like,
well,
I'm out.
that's what I mean. Like I imagine law enforcement be
I've
like,
had those
was there
farts.
like a
Yeah, I
fight
know.
or something? But I was thinking like maybe because something was wrong with the landing gear. Like, did he try to do something like I'm gonna open the door and try to fix the landing gear and fell?
Oh no!
And or I thought like maybe if you're like, hey, we gotta land and we gotta crash land, and the dude was like, I'll try to jump in the water.
Yeah, this dude's like, I'm not burning up like Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah, but they found it was 23-year-old Charles Hugh Crooks was found dead in Sonoma Springs subdivision.
I listened to an interview by his friend who's like, I've flown with him.
Right.
Like, I know him very well, and this is very out of character.
That's what makes me think he was trying to like, I don't know, reach down, fix the wheel or something.
Yeah, and
something
slip.
bizarre.
I can see that.
You know, it
Like
makes
like from what is it?
fucking top Hot
The
Shots.
Gremlins.
No.
Hot
Actually,
Shots with
I
Charlie
know-
Sheen.
Okay, I like Hot Shots, and what she's thinking with the Gremlins is from the Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
But what I'm thinking of is the what is it with Slim Pickens, where he's kicking on the atom bomb.
Oh, fucking Dr.
Strangelove.
Dr. Strangelove. Yeah.
Like he's like,
I got this.
Yeah, he's kicking on the fucking the
Yeah.
landing gear, and then
Yeah.
he just boop. Yeah. So I'm very curious as to hear, because this is like constantly updating. I want to know what the black box says.
I want to know what happened with it.
Yeah,
Because
me
the other
too.
guy landed. Obviously, the plane didn't land well, but he made it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, landed and landing well, those are usually synonymous. You know what I mean?
True.
Like, it's either landed or crashed.
That's true.
You know,
yeah.
so
do you see? I'm gonna do some nerd stuff.
all right.
What do you think I'm gonna talk about?
Space.
Probably
Yeah.
titties.
Well, that's the thing is like before the James Webb fully wanes and everybody's like over it. It's just another Hubble. Did you see it broke its record for the oldest galaxy it's ever seen? Again, the record it set a week before, seeing a galaxy that was 280 million years after the Big Bang.
How do they figure out the age of a galaxy?
Because of the redshift. So redshift is when things are moving away from us, they shift to the red end of the spectrum. It's called I think it's the Doppler effect. But basically, they found the oldest known thing again. A week, month
So
after
there's
it's
something that was redder than the other thing?
exactly. It basically it came down to it. They think it formed 250 million years after the supposed Big Bang or the beginning of supposedly everything. And this is one of those things where it's just like it's going to be interesting to see because there was like a supposed plasma period after the Big Bang before things coalesced into what we see as galaxies.
Isn't that the
He lost me at plasma period.
well, no,
I don't
okay,
remember.
Plasma
Well,
period
at least-
sounds like a rough one.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Big Bang sounds like your prom night, but
Yeah.
anyway, so
I didn't have prom.
Big Bang sounds like your prom night. So
no, they say that they always say it's like solid, gas, liquid, or plasma.
Right.
That's the thing that people always forget about is plasma.
Yeah.
So keep going. Sorry.
oh, that was it. But it's more of a testament to like it's just turned on. And it's like
So am
it's
I.
breaking the record that it set like the week before because it's so much more powerful.
Yeah.
Like if you look up, they just released spiral galaxies.
When did the Hubble come out?
I think it was the mid '90s.
Yeah, I want you to imagine,
Yeah.
listeners, imagine your phone in the 90s. It was the car phone of Zach Morris' phone.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
a Snake Nokia,
Yeah.
or it was
Now-
a Mountain Dew pager. You earn with points.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah. The Marlboro points.
Yeah.
And then I want you to imagine your iPhone now or your Android phone now, right? So like it's
porn's much better.
I know, seriously. Mine has a fucking stand on it. I was just
You
I
were
was just
looking at porn in
pantomiming the Jake how I could
1995?
jack off.
Yeah, I could masturbate to channel 57.
Yeah.
I was used to distortion. You just had to imagine
Dude,
it.
that's PBS.
You had to sit next to extra curvy stuff.
Okay, so
You're shaping the pillow,
Yeah.
couch pillows.
yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Got dumps like
kids
a truck.
these days got no imagination, man.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to produce it when they like produce a sperm sample in a room. They're gonna be like, I need a screen.
Yeah, seriously. Like,
And a fucking
like if
Ethernet
someone isn't
connection.
getting turned into a ham puppet, like
Yeah.
I can't fucking watch
They're
it.
not even tentacles in
Yeah,
this. What am I?
exactly. So I have to say, since you're talking about the space stuff, I'm going to go into this because a lot of listeners have sent me this.
Well, everything's in space, so
Right there we go. There we go. Cool one. Anyway, so a lot of listeners sent me this, and it's about the astronauts like jacking off in space, and the
What?
Yeah. Well, no, and the ejaculate can impregnate female astronauts. Have you seen this?
no.
No.
How can it? Well,
No, I
are
mean,
they
I
just
know-
like rolling around in there naked?
So they got like Like a space water slide myth going on.
Exactly.
So-
This is the swimming pool, right, in the public park.
Yeah,
So-
some chick fucked an astronaut up there and was like,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
he jacked off in that room.
Yeah,
And like,
yeah.
did you know that sperm are really good in zero G?
Yeah. No,
My eye's pregnant.
Yeah, exactly. But no, this has been like a thing that's been circulating. I think even like like Joe Rogan and like New York Post and everything has all posted this, right?
I've missed the whole sex. Oh, keep going. I've missed this completely.
Okay, so anyway, this is false. And it started off as from a joke from the Conan O'Brien podcast. The Conan O'Brien's podcast. It's called Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend. Now, I know if there was like, if I was in space and I had like nothing better to do.
People have totally jacked off in space.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, I'm just.
I could see him. Yeah, but the
I
girl
would mostly
also
go
would
there
have
to
to
do
have
it.
like a way to like suck in. The
Well, I'm just saying, like,
sperm.
I would literally turn the space shuttle. The space shuttle would look like a haunted house.
Yeah.
Okay. by the end of it.
Like,
Okay.
was there a confetti popper in
This
here?
is like if I had nothing better to do. Now, granted, here on Earth, I've got plenty to do, and I still do this. Okay.
Yeah, like listen,
So
the
it's like-
live stream would mean something else.
Yeah, I would be literally throwing James Webb instead of right? So
It's like,
yeah, go Webb, go.
Yeah.
But do you remember like a couple years ago we talked about how there's a leak in one of the space shuttles of the ISS and the astronauts? What they did is they released the tea leaves.
They should have tried sperm. This would have clogged it.
Thank you. And
There's so many shower
hold on.
drains
Since you
that
wrecked-
prove this point.
Okay, hold on.
So-
So pretend Jake didn't say that.
okay.
So anyway, remember the astronauts
like, I got
tea
it.
leaves from 2 years ago. Well, I would throw so much rope it would gum up the hole in the spaceship. Thanks, guys.
And he worked hard on that.
So yeah, he said hard on. So anyway, but I did want
That's
to
what he
say.
said.
So the NASA did actually release a thing about jacking off in space, and this is real. Okay, and I'm going to quote here. It says, on long missions, male astronauts are at least informally encouraged to ejaculate regular to avoid prostatitis. Okay.
That's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is obviously inflammation of the prostate.
Yeah.
With the 2014 paper by NASA advisor Marjorie Jenkins.
Can I ask you something?
Go ahead.
Would you see if it would shoot you backwards?
Oh, like a gun in
Yeah,
space?
just kind
Don't
of
they say that? Like if you're like
any
like
amount of matter displaced,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
With
that's
every
the way
action,
Isaac
dot,
Newton,
dot.
the only way humans have figured out how to get somewhere is by leaving something behind.
Yeah, like hell yeah. Usually it's a dirty napkin.
Yeah.
So anyway, NASA advisor Marjorie Jenkins concluded that the prolonged exploratory travel would benefit from the people involved doing a bit of prolonged exploring of their own due to the infrequent ejaculation resulting in accumulation of prostate secretions and bacteria growth. So basically,
They made it gross.
Yeah, that's fancy terms for astronauts jack off.
Like, listen, NASA's just like, Houston, clean the pipes.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, that's like
gotta say.
what was it, like one short step for, what is it?
One small step for man, one
One
giant.
long.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was baiting you into that. So
Yes,
anyway,
yeah.
yeah, but it made me think of also like what else like the ejaculation thing. It made me think of this awful picture that you showed me 2 days ago when you just like sat by me on your tablet and then walked away laughing. And I looked over at it, and I'm just gonna cue you in here, Jake.
I don't remember what I showed you.
Well, I've got here. It says Jake showed me a blurred screenshot of a paused video. The title of the video was Double Eruption.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
No.
anyway,
Yeah.
so this is basically a POV, point of view, of a dude watching, like it was in Iceland, watching a volcano erupt as he's jacking off.
Oh,
right?
my God.
And it said double eruption. And I was like sitting there thinking like, man, one of those could bury Pompeii.
Yeah, this is Palm Gay.
And the other one's a volcano. But I don't know if you remember this or not, but you literally didn't even call my attention. You just sat it down by me and walked away. It was like this horrific Easter egg.
Are we getting
Here we go. Oh, this is the unblurred. Oh, yeah.
Listener T, how'd you find the unblurred version of it?
Man, dude, Jake
You know
showed
what?
me like this like scribbled out version, and then you should show
That's
me
like
this.
Joe in the volcano.
Oh, this is just like a glazed donut. Yeah. Except it's the ring of his fingers. Man, I hate that. Thank you. I hate it.
Yeah. So if you're in space, jack off to keep your prostate healthy.
So listener R, it's a nightmare.
That's horrific.
Yeah. So
I had a would you rather, and
yeah, let's hear it.
I gotta
I
tell
gotta
you.
end on a catfish after this.
I was gonna say Quinn helped me think of this one. My son
Okay.
Quinn,
Yeah.
and
Hi, Quinn.
I was
20
pretty-
years from now when you're disappointed in your father.
oh yeah, and he's wondering like what made him this way, and he's just crawling through these episodes like this is where it all started.
Oh my God.
1 second, I gotta find it
It
here.
was showing Adam
Oh, here it is.
pictures of a man jacking off to eruptions of volcanoes.
Yeah.
Magma.
He might have
Listen,
been like,
ma-
been there, done that. But
Honestly, it
I
could've
hope
been-
the future is still doing this.
To be honest with you, like that, it could have been like hashtag magma and schmagma.
There you go. Yeah,
that one's good.
Thank you.
yeah Krakatoa, another volcano pun. All right.
By the way, I'm sorry to interrupt you
Yeah.
again, but one thing that I have to say regarding Pompeii and volcanoes is there's always that photo. And Tony, if you want to look this up, it just type in like Pompeii jacking off, right? But there's
I know what you're talking about.
yeah, there's
Do
that guy.
it.
There's the guy, and it looks like this, like it's a mummified dude, and he's sitting there, like just look like he's like, well, that's that. He just starts like cranking off, like I'm not dying a virgin, right? I'm not fucking dying with a full magazine, right? So like, but like all I can think of is like I don't think people know about the pugilistic pose. Are you familiar
do
with it?
know that.
You do know it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So when people die in a fire, a lot of times their ligaments and everything like that, they shorten up. And so a lot of times people, here we go. Tony, are you showing them? So a lot
I
of
feel
times,
like you even actually explained that on the podcast.
Have I in the past?
My God.
there we go. So there we go.
Let's
Listeners-
show the camera there for the YouTube
listeners,
video.
Now you,
Yeah.
have,
Like,
now you have to look it up because of Renee's fucking, oh my God.
I hope there's a heaven, so that guy's getting shit.
yeah,
for
yeah.
dying like
He's
that.
like every time we talk about his dick, an angel gets his wings. So anyway, but like there's a thing called a pugilistic pose, and then that's when you die, like a lot of times when you die in a fire, like your ligaments and everything like that, like shorten up and they tighten up like that, right? So you look like you're fighting, right?
Like a
Pugilistic.
boxer.
Yeah.
Yeah, pugilist.
Yep.
And so a lot of times back in the day, they'd be like, oh. He died running out of the fire because he's like,
Yeah.
like that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But that dude just unfortunately became the jack off dude in Pompeii because he's like,
Yeah.
and just happened to be on his dick, or he was jacking off.
And that
Which
was
is
the
like-
first instance of a volcano making a joke.
Yeah, there we go. Haha. So, fucking.
Okay, so what's your would you rather?
So the would you rather
Sorry.
that Quinn helped me think of
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry,
was
Quinn.
would you rather die in a pugilistic pose? No.
Hell yeah.
All right. So it's would you rather, and I think this is a good one. I'm pretty proud of him. Would you rather your taint be given the ability to smell,
No.
No.
or your fingers be given taste buds?
Fingers, taste buds.
I hate these things.
This is a good one because I thought that initially too, but I'm like, I can already smell farts. How much worse can it get? I mean,
Dude.
yeah, not great, but
I think you're forgetting the fact I mean,
but sometimes you pick your butt.
a lot of this is subjective. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I go to the gym in the morning and I go to the gym at night. I get sweaty. Okay. Like
So you're gonna go finger taste bud?
I would rather smell iron
No, not taste.
than
Taste.
shit.
You gonna taste all day?
Dude, I wear gloves.
You're gonna be that guy?
I'd wear gloves at the gym. I'd finally be the glove guy.
Yeah,
at the
jack
gym.
off with gloves and a pugilistic pose.
Yeah, fucking up mice and men, dude.
I guess
Thank you. Somebody gets a literary
I
joke
guess
here.
the taint thing, because then you could just take a shower or something.
Oh, take a shower.
I don't know. I thought this was a great one because I'm like, I don't know which I'd do because honestly,
I'm
you'd be a great chef if your fingers could taste. You know what I mean? Like it would be negatives.
I guess
and
if your
you'd have to wear
fingers
gloves.
could taste,
definitely.
you don't have to eat it, and then you would.
That's also what she said. And then but it goes back
Oh
to
yeah,
it
fingering
goes-
would take a whole new course.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, because I think, gentlemen, we've all done
Okay.
that. Hold on.
This is why
Guys,
I couldn't answer this one.
Hold on. This is real serious. Because, like, ladies, I'm about to fucking blow your minds here. If you
Every
already
high
know
five,
this-
you're like, ugh.
if you already don't know this trick, and this is going to some of the other ladies as well that like ladies, but anytime you sat there and just fucking just caressed her finger blasted somebody, and you just reach around the neck and kiss them, and then you do a. You're like, nope, not today. Like,
I think all women know this already.
oh, all right, there we go. Well, never mind then.
But honestly, like, here's the thing: if you could smell,
Hold on, what
You-
is it?
you would know.
From,
Yeah,
what is it
you-
from Star Wars
For-
when they kill the little kids?
operate,
Execute 80
execute, order 20. Yeah,
Order
20.
66. Yeah, that's when you do the finger sniff.
But maybe for
Like-
that's the thing. Maybe for women, women
That's-
would maybe take this smelling taint, so that would never happen to them.
Oh, dude, chicks are just gonna smell fucking Fromunda cheese all day long and be like,
Well, so I don't know. So where do you land on this? You go
I'm going
fingertips.
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 Since
I'm going of mice and men.
I
dude.
think I'm going fingertips too because gloves are an off button.
Yeah, thank you.
I could film with Jolly Ranchers, I guess. That'd be fine. Just hold Jolly Ranchers all day.
Yeah,
I'd have like
exactly.
a jawbreaker. Be like,
But they're all the red ones though.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
And you don't want like of mice in men because that's a different genre. that's
wasn't Vincent
that's
D'Onofrio
Ratatouille.
in that one?
That's Ratatouille too.
Okay, so Renee, what are you gonna do? You gonna finger taste buds?
I guess because the glove thing,
Okay.
and it's
Yeah.
not real anyway.
So no one's going to. You could just get COVID.
You
if
could just
have
like
the smelly
swipe some
taint.
Carmex or something like
Like
that.
my
or-
fingers have COVID, but I'm okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the other one with the smelling
Oh.
taint. You could just.
Oh.
Ugh. Well, tell your son he's grounded.
I thought it was a good one. I think the best would you rather is there's no good one. There's no winning answer.
Yeah.
Of course,
It's
exactly.
true. It's
That's
true.
that's the one I think we
So I
came
could taste the trigger.
Do you remember like I feel like I've said this before in the podcast, but do you remember the worst one we've ever said?
Of course,
At
I do.
least between the two of us. But now ladies, imagine yourself as a man, all right?
Renee, have you done this one? For would you rather? Give it to Renee.
Okay, Renee, you're a man, okay? Your dick is half an inch into your father's ass.
I'm out.
Wait,
No.
hold on. I messed it up.
Well, hold on, that has
hold on,
consequences.
Hold on, I messed up.
Yeah, you did.
Okay,
I'm
so-
like, that's not the one I was
Okay,
given.
so hold on. You're a man. Your dick is half an inch into your mother's vagina.
Yes.
I'm
And
still out.
and behind you is your father's dick a half an inch into your asshole. Do you move forwards or backwards to get out?
Renee's, work it out. Work it out aloud. Like, weigh the pros and cons.
There is no pro or con. That's just disgusting.
It's all con, but
Yeah.
still, you need to come up with an exit strategy.
Yeah. And as
You
much
can't just sit there and marinate both ends.
as
Can
mu-
I go like?
You can't shoot out. You're not Rocket Man.
I can jump. You know.
You can't jump. You're not. You have to go
You-
forwards, backwards.
So you're going
to get out.
forward. So here's the thing: is like as much as you hate this, that's how you got here.
So, are you going forwards, backwards to get out?
What are you gonna do?
You
gotta
fucking
work
your
it
mom
out.
or you're letting your dad butt fuck you? Which one?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know my answer.
What is it?
Back and forth, like a
Fucking-
pendulum.
Fucking back. We can discuss it over beers.
Yeah.
I wonder what 91A. What was it? Catherine
Night.
Knight.
Catherine Knight.
I think she would have went back and forth.
Yeah.
I
with
agree.
a frying pan.
And that's
Yeah.
for listeners. 91A is
So there you go, listeners.
Rather crazy broad down under.
Honestly, it's gonna really change your opinion on stew.
Yeah.
think
No, it didn't.
No.
I still like stew.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a different way to get ahead in life.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all laughing because we know what the joke is. So anyway, let's end on a catfish.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Now, audience, feel free to play along, and I want you to see if you can guess the theme.
Ah.
Okay.
Okay.
Number 1. A man's genitals started whistling when a lung collapsed and air escaped through his scrotum.
I want that to be real.
Number 2. Would-be musician escorted from public library upon discovery of sleigh bell secured to his genitals.
Okay.
I'm sorry, to their genitals.
Who's there?
Would-be musicians. Number 3. Woman fired from orchestra after didgeridoo queef video is shared with the instrument's owner.
Okay. So the underlying theme is obviously musicians.
No, one-man band.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, musician. Yeah. That's telling though, because I'm like the last one was a woman.
Well, I mean,
So is that a mistake? Like,
No.
is a one-man band?
no.
Because Adam thought of 2 of these. What was the second one again? Can I read the second one again?
Would-be musician escorted from public library upon discovery of sleigh bell secured to their genitals.
Okay. So they were walking around a jingling.
Not folding?
Yeah. Okay. So you made it when I first said it. It made it seem like he was surprised as well.
No.
Okay.
I
So
I misspoke. It was their genitals.
He was well aware of it.
So
Okay.
I'll read all three again.
Yeah.
Number 1. Man's genitals started whistling when lung collapsed and air escaped through his scrotum. Number 2. Would-be musician escorted from public library upon discovery of the sleigh bell was secured to their genitals. Number 3. Woman fired from orchestra after didgeridoo queef. Video is shared with the instrument's owner.
What's a didgeridoo?
Didgeridoo is one of those like
It's like a long woodwind.
Oh, it's number 3.
Resonant. It's number.
Yeah.
In your mind, queefs can.
Yes.
That's a. She's so firm in that belief. I'm tempted to go that way. So here's the thing: is like I know Adam's been suffering from a hernia of a kind that makes me think that the first one is the result. Because in my mind, I'm like, I guess that makes sense of like punctured lung, fills the body cavity with air. Maybe he has a hernia, and there's like like a doctor that has perfect pitch.
just like one of the like.
Okay. The second one is just some good old straight up malfeasance.
But I feel like we've done one with
I
like
just
the
imagine a
library.
librarian every step's like shh.
Yeah.
God, I really like these all. Renee's all over number 3. She is the woodwind instrument expert in the house.
That's what is doggy style, and you walk away going.
I think in a weird way, I think I'm gonna go number 1 because I think that would be like a very Dr. House way of knowing the lung is leaking. Be like poke a hole in the sack and just be like, his lung's leaking. So his body cavity's filled with air. That's what I'm going with. I'm gonna go with number 1.
I said 3.
Okay. So number 3, I did a bit of a foreshadowing because
I think
our next episode,
Oh,
didgeridoo
yeah.
is
Okay.
next episode is going to be an Australian serial killer, but we say serial quote unquote because she only killed one person.
Can you imagine just hearing a didgeridoo outside? Be like, she's masturbating again. Here comes the crescendo.
Yeah. So anyway, so the didgeridoo is actually synonymous.
Yeah.
A didgeridoo is actually synonymous with like Aborigines, okay, and that's Aborigines are synonymous with Australia. So there we go. A little bit of foreshadowing for our listeners for episode 91A when you want to listen about Catherine Knight, who
Knighted some dudes.
knighted some dudes with a frying pan. So
As crazy as the day is long.
yeah. Number 2 is specifically non-gendered because I knew that you guys were going to looking for the gender after I said the theme. Number 1 is correct. Good job, Jake.
Number 1 is?
Yes, number 1. So doctors
Congratulations.
had to operate after a 72-year-old man went to the emergency room with whistling genitals due to a rare condition called pneumoscrotum.
Is whistling while he worked.
Yeah. Right? So anyway, the
Pneumoscrotum?
Pneumoscrotum.
Oh, hello, band name.
Yeah, exactly. It's fucking metal
Fucking
band.
bagpipes.
Yeah. Just playing them like as you're doing like the fucking dude. What are those
Fucking funeral
Suzanne?
song.
No, the Suzanne Summers like Thigh Master.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Sounds like an Irish cop's funeral out there.
Exactly. Oh man. Besides the
That's a real thing. It really happened.
pneumoscrotum. So the unusual ailment. Dude, did Tony just snort? No. Oh, you did? Oh my god. Okay, so the unusual ailment was due to an excess of air building up in his body, which is escaping via an open wound on his testicles. Examination found that both
I kicked it out because I thought no, but now I didn't know there was a wound on the testicle.
Affectionately known as Puffy Sack.
yeah, that's a street name.
There's like puffer fish down there.
yeah, he got scared. So the examination found that both the elderly man's lungs had collapsed, and he had a lot of air circulating within his chest. They treated his collapsed lung and was given antibiotics and urology procedures for his scrotal wound. In the report, doctors said the elderly man adamantly denied injecting any air into his scrotum, which may have caused whistling.
Technically, he had a spit valve.
Here's a quote. Yeah. So, and here's a quote.
Dogs were following him.
Yeah, exactly. And sitting.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
healing.
Yeah.
So anyway, here's a quote. Our patient had an open scrotal wound from a recent scrotal procedure, which allowed the air to escape from his abdominal compartment, resulting in the concerning scrotal whistling. So there's the actual band name, is scrotal whistling.
Yeah, that's a fantastic. Where did you find that story?
It was actually recent, dude. It was
Okay,
fucking
I'm sitting there like, wow, how did this one get past my radar?
June 30th, 2022.
Like, is that
It just happened.
is that the first time ever? Or, I'm assuming, or
it's
like
the first time ever it's happened this way.
sure, okay.
Through the collapse lung and everything else, but actually, like noodle scrotum is actually like a medical term for like excess air in the ball sack.
All right.
So yeah, there you go. I mean, I have a
just knew about it 'cause
speed
this
bag
happened to his
myself.
grandpa.
You know,
I think
I've
puff-
overinflated it.
Pufferfish
You know,
is the term.
Like
Yeah.
it's not as fun to punch.
Yeah.
You know, like
He had a whoopee cushion.
oh man.
That's excellent. I don't
Yeah.
have anything else
There
to
you
follow
go.
up
I'm
on
just
that.
waiting for him to say Adam Pneumoscrotum.
Oh, for a middle name?
Yeah.
No, I'm Adam Lady Balls right.
Yeah.
No?
Wait.
Thank
your
you.
last name is Riley.
That's the joke.
Oh.
Thank you.
I'm Renee.
I'm Adam Lady Balls right Riley.
Yeah.
I guess I'll be Renee Didgeridoo. Right?
Didgeridoo me in the
Yeah.
butt.
Didgeridoo.
And I'll just be a good old fashioned Jake pugilist pose.
Hey,
Bossy.
yeah.
This has been episode 91.
Yes. Listen to episode 91A. It's coming up next, and it's pretty gross.
Yeah.
So buckle up.
Tell your friends.
She's a real wacky bitch.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Later, boners.
You met me at a very strange time in my life.